In 2024, you opened for Imagine Dragons, and this Friday you start your journey with Ed Sheeran in Madrid. How are you facing this new experience?
It's such an incredible experience, and to see the growth in the last year has been incredible. You know, it's been fun to play in my own rooms, which are quite small, to Imagine Dragons, and then my own rooms again, which are bigger, and now to stadiums with Ed. And yeah, it just feels exciting, and every time I step up, it feels like a new challenge.
Yeah. How did the opportunity to open for Ed Sheeran came from?
I think, you know, the work I was doing and the music sort of that I was putting out, Ed was a fan of it, and so they reached out to my team and they spoke, and it sort of grew organically from there. And since then, you know, we've become closer friends, and it just feels really awesome to be given this opportunity.
And it's like really nice that you start in the music like inspiring in Ed Sheeran, and now you are with like a team with him.
Yeah.
How is your relationship?
Yeah, no, it's a really good relationship, and just like you said, it sort of started when I was younger, and I used to sort of look up to Ed, and it was super nice now that we're moving into a space where we're playing alongside each other, and for me, it's like a dream come true.
You used to play in small pubs, and now you are performing in front of thousands in stadiums. How do you remember your beginnings?
Yeah, my beginnings were really funny. I started when I was about 10, 11 years old, playing in rooms with maybe 5 or 6 people, you know, and as I got older, every stage I grew to 100 people, and then a few thousand people, and then to now. But it was always about writing songs and wanting to perform them, and that's always what I've done, whether it be performing to my mum, you know, at home, or performing to friends at school, or performing to thousands of people in stadiums. It's what I love, and it's what I do.
And your rise to fame through covers or stargazing was closely tied to TikTok. In your opinion, what role does this platform play in the music industry nowadays?
I think, you know, social media more generally plays such a big part in our market and in our industry at the moment. I think it gives artists the opportunity to build their own community. It gives them an opportunity to discover themselves and their sound, and it gives them an opportunity to directly have that fan relationship. And so for me, it's just a real means of being able to talk to people directly and being able to grow in a way that is a bit chaotic, a bit messy, but authentic and true.
In this sense, for you, Labyrinth is like an example of authenticity. How do you combine your artistic personality with the industry demands?
I think that, you know, industry demands vary from artist to artist, and I'm lucky that, you know, the label I work with and the publisher I work with are very much supportive of what I want to do and what I want to achieve. And so for me, it's just been about growing with them and, you know, being able to explore together and have fun whilst doing it. And whilst other artists may find themselves in a more demanding position or in a position which is difficult, for me, I've found myself in a beautifully creative space and growing at a rate that's comfortable to me. So I've had real fun doing it.
Uh-huh. You talk about your father in My First Heartbreak. Mm-hmm. It's the lead single from A Minute, a Moment. Do you see music as a form of therapy?
Yeah, definitely. I think that music for me, the music I've listened to has always been therapy as well. You know, it's helped me understand myself, it's helped me understand the world, and I think music has a way of sort of cutting through us as humans in a way that conversations and words can't. And for me, it's like always been a way of being able to, I guess, dig into my soul a little bit and figure out what's going on and then make it into a piece of art, and hopefully someone else could be inspired to go through that process themselves.
Yeah, that's nice. The other songs from your EP, A Minute, a Moment, explore romantic love in different ways. You express doubt in Made for Me, Gold is Pure Passion. You talk about self-love in Someone New. You mentioned God in Dreamers. Tell me about these songs.
Yeah, I think that, you know, the EP for me looks at relationships and how they impact you as a person and your mindset, and they're cherry picked from different parts of my life and different parts of friends' lives, and I tried to put them all into one collection just so that, you know, no matter whether you're going through a breakup or whether you've just found someone new or whether you're learning to love yourself, there's something for you in it. And, you know, as a human, we exist in this area where we experience so many of these emotions that it's not always love and it's not always hate, and sometimes it's the stuff in between, and that's what I try to sort of put together.
Nice. And apart from this, in your speech at the Brit Awards, you call on the government, venues, and the industry to support musicians in a long term. What motivated you to make this appeal?
I think it's because I've experienced it myself growing up, you know, not having support and not having opportunities to be able to do the thing that I love, and just through luck in some circumstance I was able to. But I don't think that we should be, you know, putting ourselves on pure luck to be able to create the next generation of musicians. I think that there should be a bit more fact behind it and a little bit more support and infrastructure to support that next generation of musicians, and so more needs to be done.
What role do you think that reference play in the growth of new generations of artists?
No, I think that you know, role models play a big part in the next generation, because without sort of I guess a blueprint of how to do it or what to follow, it's difficult to always figure it out yourself. But I also think that what people represent and the messages that they share are also important, because there's so many young people who follow what you do that you need to be careful about what you're doing to ensure that we're setting the right path.
Tus éxitos de hoy
y tus favoritas de siempre.
Europa.